Hello and welcome to ACAD System Free Online Course. Continue on for this session, we're going to take a look on the quantifications for Navisworks Manage. So quantification basically allow you to calculate material that you need, right? And in order to do that, you can head to the Home tab and on the Tools ribbon here, and you can click Quantification. And this will pop up the quantification tools over here. So over here we have the sheet browser. You can turn this one off. Selection tree I also don't need. And over here we can start by creating a project. So I can click at the project setups and I can select which catalog that I want to bring in. So if you have your own catalog, you can go to browse catalog. Or maybe you want to start from fresh without any folder catalog here, you can set to none. For this case, I'm going to select the uniformat catalog and I can click next. And to calculate, you can specify what type of unit that you want to use. For my case, I will select metric. And you can do further adjustment of the units, whether you want to change to centimeter or something, so you can just change from here. And lastly, I can just click finish. And you can see the catalog has been added from here, which is this folder here. So if you select none, so you will have empty area here, so there will be no folder, and with that you can create new folder using the item catalog here. So item catalog basically allow you to edit, delete, and create new folder. So for example, this building site work I don't need here, so I can just right click and delete. Where I don't need this substructure, can delete from here. And if I want to, I can create a new group. Right, so maybe wall or some things. And we also have an item. So item is where the item can be takeoff or calculate. So for example, here, if you take a look at the shell here, I have a roof. So I have a few more roof from here. So I would like to have the item calculate and add it into roof covering. So you can create new item from here, and this item can be allow you to take off, and you can see it clearly based on the color and also the transparency from here. Want to, you can change to different color, but I'm just gonna leave it as this. And I can also change the name for this. So if you don't create this new item inside here, this can also be created later on when you take off that certain item. So let's start to take off the item for the roof. So I can go back to the quantification workbook. And currently I just leave it as a roof because I would like to take off a roof. So what I can do is that I can now select the item that I want to take off, which is this roof here. And I can select model takeoff, and I can take off to this roof item here. If I did not create the item before, such as the roof opening from here, so I can just leave it, take off to new catalog or take off to selected. So it will create a new item inside. As for this case, I'm going to take off to roof. And once I take off, it will specify the information that I have for this roof here that I have take off. And you see that the color has been changed based on the setting that we have done before. So this one indicates that this item has been take off, and I can proceed to continue with the next item that I want to take off. So once I take off certain items, I can now see that item has been calculated inside here. So this will be the information that you can see, such as we have the area and also the volumes. And at the top one will calculate everything that I have selected. So for example, if I continue to select and continue to take off these models, and it will continue to add some more inside here. And you can see we have certain items has been taken off here. And all of this information is being calculated at the top over here. So this will be the equal value for the item that we have taken off. So if I want to continue with the next one, maybe this wall over here, so I can go to different catalog and I can edit, let's say, extra wall, for examples, and I can take off to this selected folder, so it will create new item inside here. So this is the item that we have on the model. So one example, if you don't have the model set here, and you still would like to make a takeoff. Right. Well, one example here, we don't actually have a roof at the top here, which is not yet been created, but you can add it later on. So for now, I just want to calculate it, so you can use virtual takeoff instead. So what this does is allow you to create a new item to be takeoff, but without the model. So you need to add the information into the model manually. So for example, on the roof here, we just drop down. Maybe I would like to have a roof opening. And I'm going to virtual takeoff and create new items. I can give it a name, maybe roof opening, for example. But once I virtual take off the item that I want, it will specify over here, but you can see there are no value inside. So this you can actually edit it manually. So maybe you already know what the value for the item that you need. So you can just basically edit the value from here. And again, it will take off that value and it will be calculated on the equal value. So we calculate at the top. So this is for the 3D part. And sometimes if you have the 2D, you can also take off 2D parts. So with that, you can go to the sheet browser before. And currently, let's say if I would like to take off part from level 1. So I can just open up for level 1. I'm still using the same settings from here. I can specify whether I want to have a different area. So maybe I would like to have a roof again, right? So I can just select the roof item, for example. And to do the takeoff for the 2D parts, so you can go to the view 2D over here, and we have certain items that allow you to calculate, let's say the area line. So you can just pick the value from here. Right? So for example, if I have area, I can pick from this part here, and it's basically calculate that to be takeoff. And from what to, I can continue to select different parts, maybe rectangle, for examples, and I want this to be added, and it will add that inside to be calculated. So that is the quantification for Navisworks Manage.